Hi friends, Jen Sambolt here. I'm starting off today with a picture, and I want you to see this. This is a picture that I took on a recent trip to Mexico. And as we were there, we went to just this little beachy area that was quite a ways away from where we were staying. And so we took a water taxi, and the guy that was driving us, we were on our way back. And this is, I was just reflecting on the Lord while I was on the beach and some different things. And as we were on our way back, we saw this, and the Lord just spoke to my heart in major ways. And so if you see way up here, see that little thing? That's a palm tree. And it's like on the top of this mountain. And down here in the bottom, it's hard to see in this picture, but there were several palm trees. And the further up you got, the fewer palm trees you would see. And I was so struck by this. I'm going to see if I can't find a close-up picture. There's my close-up picture of my palm tree on the top of the mountain. I was so struck by this as we were traveling because it was like the Lord was talking to me about Exodus and going to the mountaintop and just that whole, I've called you for something greater than where you are. I don't want you down in just ordinary Christianity, ordinary just going to church and thinking that that's all I've called you to. And so just really kind of a resounding challenge for me to step out. And am I willing to be the only palm tree standing up here in the midst of, there's other palm trees around, but this one's really kind of standing out. And am I willing to stick my neck out? Am I willing to go to places where maybe others aren't going or in ways that others aren't going so that I'm sharing Jesus in a major way? And it's amazing to me how when we give God time, He can speak to us in just the simplest of things. And a simple little palm tree from the top of the mountain just spoke to me in major ways.
Sorry, I had to turn my camera around. Anyway, just the simple ways that he talks to us and how phenomenal it can be. And I'm reminded, I guess it took me to like this Exodus 24 moment when he called Moses up the mountain. And in Exodus 24:4, or actually 12, the Lord said to Moses, "Come to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the law and the commandments that I have written in their instruction." And so that was when Moses was able to listen to the Lord and write down the 10 Commandments. But he went up the mountain to God. In 24:13 and 24:15, it says, when Moses went up on the mountain, the cloud covered it. And that picture that you just saw with that one single palm tree standing above all the others and the cloud cover really brought me back to that. Moses went up the mountain and the cloud covered it. And just what God was speaking to me about being willing to rise above some of the stuff, being willing to rise above some of the Facebook chatter, even though it's Christian chatter. Is it really honoring to God, or is it about honoring ourselves? And so this whole concept just really is resonating with me, and I just want to share it with you and challenge you to say, where is the Lord calling you up a mountain? Where is He calling you and saying, I want you to go more, I want you to go deeper, I want you to go higher, I want to reveal myself to you, I want to speak to you in new ways, in fresh ways. And how is He doing that? Where's your mountaintop? And I don't know that we ever truly get to the mountaintop until we get to heaven, right? But where is He saying, no, don't settle for what the world is telling you to settle for. Don't do the comparison thing and say, well, I'm doing better than so-and-so. Trust in the Lord. Trust that He's going to call you. And He may call you to some uncomfortable places. He may call you to a cloudy mountaintop, but He's going to fill you so full with His Spirit and with His glory. And I think about Moses listening to that call to go to the mountaintop and how unsettling it had to be. And yet, what did God reveal to him? And he came back down and his people were sinning, right? And the Lord had just given him the 10 Commandments. And so what's our Moses mountaintop experience look like? And are we giving God the chance? Are we stuck down in the thick, in the brush, like in that picture, where there's lots of other palm trees that may look exactly like us, but we're not differentiating ourselves? And so my challenge for you today is to go be that palm tree that's on the top of the mountain, to strive to work your way up that mountain so that God can really, really use you, that you could be set apart for Him. And I think many of us know how He's asking us to be set apart, but it's scary and it's out of our comfort zone and we feel unequipped. And I'm telling you that God is going to equip you right where He needs you, right when He needs you there. And so, yeah, Just step forth, be brave, reach for the mountaintop, and be that one that maybe is standing there all alone, but then understand that the Lord is going to do a mighty work in you. Goodbye, friends. Continued prayers as you go into your week ahead.